Look. If the guy wants to do jiu-jitsu, we'll do it. If he wants to wrestle, we'll do it. If he wants to box, we'll do it. If he wants to do Muay Thai, we'll do it. If he wants to cook, we'll do it.
Yeah, indeed. Is Conor going to be here? Are we going to see a bit of you and Mr.
So I'm almost 100%. Yeah. Almost 100%. But he's a busy guy.
I would never allow him unimpulsive. He doesn't even have my number. Dillon's a liar.
No, I'm not nervous at all. But and I'm not nervous for JJ either. I genuinely think JJ is going to win.
Logan Paul had been saying Dillon Danis would bow out of this fight, but who is replacing him? Preparing for war. The Maverick and El Jefe are currently slated to face off on DAZN pay-per-view next month. The two will co-main event KSI versus Tommy Fury in Logan Paul's first fight since 2021. Meanwhile, the boxing match will be the first of Dillon Danis' combat sports career if he shows up. During the entire build to their cruiserweight fight, Logan Paul has said that he believes Dillon Danis will pull out. It's not a completely unfounded claim. The Bellator welterweight hasn't fought since 2019 and pulled out of a scheduled boxing match with KSI earlier this year for unknown reasons. There's an overwhelming expectation that will happen again, but Paul has revealed that there are additional measures in place. A pull-out clause has been placed in the contract, and Paul said during the most recent episode of his Impulsive podcast that Danis must pay $100,000 if he withdraws from the fight for a non-legitimate reason. I'm convinced he's not going to show up, Paul said. The clause is this: if he pulls out because of some sort of injury that he fakes, a doctor of our choosing has to verify the injury, and then if he is indeed faking it, he has to pay $100,000. There is a pull-out clause.
Shatter a lot of self-beliefs that you had about yourself or the world or perceptions you had on reality. And if
I would never allow him unimpulsive. He doesn't even have my number. Dillon's a liar.
He's here. They said he wasn't going to be here. Look at him. Look at that. No, look at the shape as well. Look at that.
I like money, but I never feel like I'm chasing the bag.
I don't even think I need to comment on the irony of that tweet. Logan Paul pulled out against me when we were completely signed the first time. Let's not forget that.
A person with knowledge of the clause told MMA Junkie that Paul's statement about the contract is accurate and Danis is liable for payment if he doesn't fight. However, Paul has some doubts that Danis even has those types of funds to reimburse. Still, he's willing to roll the dice because if Danis does show up for the match, he said he gets the gratification of defeating one of the most polarizing men in combat sports today. He's broke, Paul said. This guy sucks. He's a parasite of the MMA and combat world. That's why I took the fight initially. If he does show up, I get to be the one. I get to be the one to take an eraser and remove him from existence. His name will never be uttered again. He'll die that night twice. All of that hasn't stopped Danis from playing his games. Despite the clause, he has teased that he might not make his boxing match with Logan Paul.
Look. If the guy wants to do jiu-jitsu, we'll do it. If he wants to wrestle, we'll do it. If he wants to box, we'll do it. If he wants to do Muay Thai, we'll do it. If he wants to cook, we'll do it.
Yeah, we can't. Well, maybe you get that opportunity at the press conference tomorrow.
Oh yeah, of course. We should be able to, yeah.
And I think you told me this once, and I don't know why or if you've said it or if you're saving it for something, but
The real Dillon Danis truly is a Twitter warrior. And I think that's where he belongs, because in person, he's a f***ing mouse.
War of words. Danis can't say he didn't bring this all to himself. The legal ramifications of slut-shaming and defaming Nina Agdal, Logan Paul's fiancée, are very real. If he hadn't gone after the YouTuber's significant other, there's a good chance this fight would still be happening on October 14. But Danis chose online violence due to a grudge he has against both Paul brothers after one of them was involved with his girlfriend a few years back. Nina Agdal has nothing to do with the fight, but Danis thought that being a public figure would give him the license to go after her as a target to hurt Logan Paul. In reaction, Logan Paul has claimed that he is going to destroy Dillon Danis' entire life when the pair meet at the AO Arena in Manchester next week. The YouTube star has been on the receiving end of a relentless social media onslaught over the last few months since the fight was announced, and most notably, his fiancée bearing the brunt of Danis' mockery, within the MMA fighter taking aim at her looks, previous relationships, and other insecurities, while more than doubling his following and garnering around 2.5 billion impressions. Danis has even been slapped with a $150,000 lawsuit and a temporary restraining order by Agdal, and he has regularly threatened to pull out of the fight. most recently trending on Twitter over a comment saying, "Logan bragging about lawsuits again, he isn't built for the fight game. This guy doesn't deserve me, I'm out."
Yeah, indeed. Is Conor going to be here? Are we going to see a bit of you and Mr.
So
Mac
I'm almost
together?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah?
Almost 100%. But you know, he's a busy guy.
He's the king of pulling out, and to be honest, I wish his dad would have done the same.
And nothing is personal. It's just business, you know.
Yeah.
And he took it personal.
Yeah.
Because
Which is better? Win by KO, win by hurt feelings? Well, win by hurt feelings won.
guy that pulls guard and fights against a guy that's 0-2. What are we gonna sell? Our boxing hands or our left and rights?
In response to the controversy, Paul wrote to his followers, "Don't let Dillon fool you. He knows that pulling out again would guarantee no fighter, fight organization, or legit brand will ever work with him because he's an unreliable liar. Not to mention the embarrassment of pulling out against me. I'm going to break this predator physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. This isn't about just winning the fight. I'm going to destroy his entire life. But truthfully, I don't give a care who shows up on October 14. The man across from me will be knocked out cold." It seems to be working since Danis has previously estimated that his legal fees could end up costing him as much as $400,000 for the lawsuit, which is independent of Paul and has been filed by his fiancée Agdal. But he took issue with an appearance on Logan's brother Jake's podcast, in which he appeared to brag about the effect that it would have on the fighter. The time has almost arrived for the heated grudge match between Paul and Danis. They are set to mix it up inside the boxing ring this Saturday, which is right around the corner.
The ring, you're doing some kind of takedown practice or wrestling. It wasn't just all boxing there.
That's right, yeah, you never know what to expect from a guy like this. You know, Dillon Danis.
I think he didn't want me to show up. He knows if I knock him out, if I beat him, his career is over.
And he went on a rampage. So then I texted him. I was like, "Hey, I think that was a little kind of too far." Like,
I was surprised he didn't mention this in the face-to-face. He's not able to take it.
He's very unpredictable.
Yeah.
So you kind of got all areas cornered. You got every box ticked.
This will be a co-main event for a card headlined by KSI versus Tommy Fury inside Manchester Arena in Manchester, England. There has been no love lost between Paul and El Jefe. Danis trolling his opponent's fiancée to the point where he is being sued has been all for the game, according to him. Danis has cried foul on the situation, saying that he's simply promoting the fight, which has garnered far more attention than most could have anticipated. And he's not done yet. Ahead of the event, the open workouts were held last night, and as one would assume, it was filled with rather bizarre antics. Dillon Danis has a clear message for Logan Paul ahead of fight night. Following an open working session, Dillon Danis spoke to reporters and had something to say to Logan Paul. The comments from Danis come not too long after Paul told Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour that he was looking to make Danis suffer on fight night. The WWE superstar told Helwani that if he can drag the fight on for as long as he can to punish El Jefe, then he'll do just that. During the open workouts, Danis chose to do some grappling instead of boxing. This may have been in response to UFC megastar Conor McGregor suggesting Danis go rogue and try a submission on Paul. When it came time for Paul's workout session, he took a page out of his opponent's book and also ditched the boxing.
I didn't.
Logan has one way to win. I have a lot of ways to win. So.
Sensitive little boy. He came into the face-to-face shaking, quivering. He was melting in real life.
No, I'm not nervous at all, but and I'm not nervous for JJ either. I genuinely think JJ is going to win.
Apologies for the bad language.
Easy money.
Apologies for the bad language.
Easy money. It's hard to hear you, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it is so loud in here.
Doing an episode of Impulsive together in fear of a fight. I offered to do the episode with full security in the middle to ensure his safety, but he declined again.
Dirty games. The fight was officially announced in August 2023 after months of negotiations and trash talk. The two fighters faced off at a heated press conference where they exchanged insults and shoves. Paul accused Danis of being a fake fighter who had no boxing skills, while Danis accused Paul of being a fake celebrity who had no respect for the sport. Both fighters vowed to knock out their opponent and end their career. Since then, both protagonists are determined to use any and every opportunity for drama, leading to an escalating war of words as D-Day approaches. Paul and Danis are set to square off inside the squared circle later this weekend on October 14 in Manchester. Ahead of the event, the open workouts were held last night, and as one would assume, it was filled with rather bizarre antics. While Dillon Danis showcased his grappling skills during the public workouts. He also pulled off some WWE moves, which seemed to be a dig at Logan Paul. Reacting to the same, Paul took to Twitter and issued a four-word reaction. The latest antics have included a recent appearance on his brother's show, BS with Jake Paul. Maverick made a rather shocking revelation and claimed that he had broken his wrist. However, Paul later revealed that he was just joking and wanted to make sure that Danis showed up for the fight. Reacting to the same, former UFC middleweight champion Michael Bisping called it a stupid joke. Just days from the fight, Conor McGregor and Demetrius Johnson have placed their support firmly against Dillon's back. Just a few hours ago, Danis couldn't resist taking another dig at his arch nemesis, calling him a broken man.
He hasn't done anything, you know? I can't wait to knock his ass out.
Why is he not doing media?
Yo, this guy's on some shit. The sad part is that people believe this.
Now he's shitting his pants. Now he's not doing anything. So I'm excited to see him face to face. I haven't been able to get in his eyes.
I think it would be wildly entertaining for the fans. I tried my best. Give this a like if you want to see this. Maybe seeing how bad the fans want it will convince him.
How excited are you, Dillon? How excited are you to be here?
I wish it was today.
Undoubtedly, it's going to be followed by a fitting response from his opponent. The fight between Logan Paul and Dillon Danis is hard to predict, as both fighters have different backgrounds and styles. Paul has more experience in boxing than Danis, having fought 3 times before against other celebrities and legends. He also has a size advantage over Danis, being taller and heavier. However, Danis has more experience in combat sports than Paul, having competed in jiu-jitsu tournaments and mixed martial arts fights. He also has a pedigree advantage over Paul, being trained by one of the best fighters in history. Both fighters have expressed confidence in their abilities and have trained hard for the fight. However, only one of them will emerge victorious on October 14.
Just an attention craving. We never had a conversation about him coming on impulsive.
With a guy like this.
I interviewed him yesterday and he was saying that he might go for a takedown, he might go for a chokehold.
Why are we not seeing no hands? I feel like you're hiding. I thought we were going to see a bit of a
I
pad
keep
workout.
saying,
And I saw this tweet and put it to the test. I made sure to text his manager and ask for 8 rounds. They ghosted us.
That's all we have for you, folks. Join us next time.